Abhishek, Sudhir, can you find some, what according to you is amiss in the budget? Because everyone else seems to be very happy and confident that this is a budget which is going to keep India going in the direction that it is going with a lot of confidence.
Well, I think the Finance Minister, there was a very telling statement the Finance Minister made. She said that 80 crore people are beneficiaries of the Pradhan Mantri, the ration scheme, right? The PMGKY, basically. Yeah. The Pradhan Mantri Gareeb, Kalyan, Yojna, right? Yeah. So you have 80 crore people on ration. So the question that begs is this truly an Amrit Kal? Because you have more than 60% of the population on free rations, right? You had something called an issue price under the Food Security Act, where you were paying ₹3 for rice and ₹2 for wheat per kg. Issue price has also been done away with. I think you have a 5-year extension now of the scheme. So you have more than 60% of the population on free rations, right? So obviously there's not going to be much social unrest or protests because essentially everyone's belly is full. So really the bogey is, for me, job creation. Is this budget, I mean, it's an interim budget, so really you can't subject it to the full critique, that you would to a full budget. It's an interim budget. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, people are not hungry, but that doesn't necessarily mean people are productive. Right? That's the big difference. So we are going to be an aging country in about 25, 30 years, right? The Amrit Kal, the so-called Amrit Kal, when 100 years of independence, you're going to have a huge population that will need to be taken care of. You have the old pension scheme, the new pension scheme, the conflict between those two things.
Congress wants old pension scheme.
True. And I agree with you. Obviously, look, I don't have to fight an election. If you ask me today, right, if the PMGKY was not extended, that would be a massive...
So then clarify that the opposition is creating a mess, the government is mopping it up.
No, I'm telling you, it's like reservations or rations. These are two things you can never do away with. You do away with rations today, Abhishek, 2024 is not a done deal. Even now, if they do away with it, 2024 is not a done deal. The free ration scheme is what is keeping the social unrest and the political protests and everything else at bay. That is what is allowing the ruling dispensation to get away with a lot. You do away with the rations. I mean, what does the middle class have in this budget? No change in the tax scheme. Middle class gets nothing.
Wait for July.
We'll see. See, most consumer spending is driven by 10% of the urban population.
Let me get these classic conservative economists on this. State welfareism, in which you are giving food to the poor, versus the freebie culture, where political party or parties promise old pension scheme to the people who already have pensions, who already have state protection, who already have steady incomes, who already have DA, TA, etc., right? LTC, whatnot. So, and then you have governments promising free electricity to the people who can pay in a city state like Delhi, which is the richest state of the country per capita income wise. So I think we have to differentiate between state welfareism, where the poor actually need ration and they should be given because they are part of the country and society, vis-a-vis the freebies to buy votes. Mr. Basu first and then Mr. Kishore.
The important thing to understand is, first of all, that the free ration scheme has only been implemented because the government can afford it. The glide path of fiscal consolidation continues. The fiscal deficit is going to be lower this year than originally budgeted, and that is only the official forecast. The actual number will actually be much lower even than this revised estimate.
Unlike
First of all, okay, let me finish before, so now, the thing is that it is of course becoming almost an entitlement. Once you give free rations for 5 years to 813 million people, it almost becomes an entitlement.
You can't take away.
It is almost...
It's a trap for the government also.
But you can say that it's a form of basic income. It ensures that every last person in this country lives a civilized life, does not have to worry about food. Food in the stomach is taken care of. In fact, my mother told me that her Muslim newspaper wala was full of praise. He said, I'm full, I'm good. In Bengal, in Bengali he said, "Ami bhot debo, oi Modi ke debo." You see, now the point is that this is what is going on. So this is what is going on, because the point is that not just free food. Apart from that, LPG to every citizen, almost every citizen has it. Toilets to everybody. Bank accounts for the 60% of the population that had no access to bank accounts. So these are things that are transformative, and then you're directly transferring benefits to each individual. Plus, you have something like this Vishwakarma program. I love it. PM Vishwakarma.
Kishore, quick. I'm sorry, I'm running out of time. That's why. Kishore, quickly, state welfareism versus freebie culture. Quick, and then I get.
I've spoken about freebies in your channel and many times. Let me tell you the difference between the earlier government and this government is that earlier governments did freebie for vote and they only did freebie. That's a huge difference. When you have fiscal prudence, when you have economic development, when you are clear that your capex is increasing, when you have lower borrowing, and then you do welfare, that's true welfare. And let's say these are not announced before election to be.
Okay, fair enough.
One of the credo of fiscal conservatism is the government can never afford it. Right? So when you say the government can afford it, I mean, I don't know. I question that logic. Look, this is a revdi. Free rations is revdi. Free rations. Listen to me. Look, Abhishek,
Abhishek, you can't stick between Chicago school, Chicago
my
booth
point
school
is this.
And socialism of Samajwadi Party. You can't have that kind of pendulum swinging.
See, I'm independent. I'm independent. I'm simply saying, you asked me about the budget. I'm here in my capacity as a citizen. I'm saying, why don't you charge an issue price? Charge ₹3 per kilo of rice or ₹2 per kilo of wheat. You're not even
tell this to the Samajwadi Party, but unfortunately, I have run out of this time. I've run out of time. This part of the coverage of the budget. Of course, we continue all through the day on the political messaging that's come out of the interim budget, which was presented by Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman in the Parliament.
Brace yourselves for a revolutionary leap into the world of news with the Republic World app. This is not just an app, viewers. It's a direct conduit to a world of news delivered with unparalleled authority and integrity right at your fingertips. Republic World app is your gateway to the latest updates, live streams, and the debates that have become the hallmark of our journalistic prowess. Download Republic World app, available on Google Play Store and Apple App Store.
Brace yourselves for a revolutionary leap into the world of news with the Republic World app. We are not merely presenting a news app. We at Republic TV are ushering in a new era of digital news consumption. The Republic World mobile app has the essence of power of breaking news and the heartbeat of our impactful shows seamlessly integrated into a singular dynamic platform for you. Join us, viewers, in an experience that goes beyond conventional news reporting. Don't merely witness the news, become a part of it. Download the Republic World app, now available on both the Google Play Store and the Apple App Store.